My boyfriend, 22M, of 6 years got me a b-day gift. Am I, 23F, just ungrateful? Am I just ungrateful? My boyfriend of 6 years, 22M, had been going on for weeks about how he was so excited about what he planned for me. 23F. On my birthday this year, he kept going on and on about how it was going to be so amazing and he was so excited. I genuinely love surprises and he planned for it to be a surprise, so I was okay with him not telling me and preferred it that way. He was aware that I planned on going on a trip during my birthday though. So he changed the date to take me to this place a couple of days before I left on my trip with friends. He told me he couldn't come on the trip. I initially wanted him to come. So we go to this place on Halloween. I'm in costume BTW. And it's an action figure making place? The best way I can describe this place is a place where they take 3D photos of you or whoever you bring and turn it into a modeled action figure of the person. To get a toy made of yourself basically. When we arrived he asked for 2 to be made. One of himself and one conjoined one of the both of us. The conjoined one was apparently my birthday gift. And the one of himself was for him. Here's the thing, if you haven't caught on, I do not have any interest in action figures or toys. I don't like toys or action figures. But guess who does? Him. He literally collects toys and action figures. These toys were extremely expensive to make. BTW, I believe $300,600 for a 9-inch toy. Am I ungrateful? I am not happy that this is my gift. It took everything in me to ask to not buy it. But something in me knew he would regardless. I don't feel like this gift was really for me. Nor do I feel like it was an appropriate birthday gift. It wasn't even at least our anniversary and he got me an expensive toy of me and him conjoined for my birthday. I have very mixed feelings and feel bad that it's something that I know I would never personally want for my birthday. But something he likes. Not to mention my main concern now has been the fact he hasn't even proposed to me yet and he has so many excuses about the expenses of a ring etc. But had no issue dropping $600+ on an action figure toy. And bragged about how it was nothing to his pockets. I'm very aware he knows the type of stuff I actually like and care about by now. I just did not expect expensive action figure for my birthday and I feel like I'd look like an a-hole if I said anything about it. No, I don't think you're being ungrateful, but it does appear he thinks of himself first. Congratulations on your Homer bowling ball. https www.youtube.com/watch V = K0BWXAAPT0Q. Well, if you don't want it, I know someone who does. You're not ungrateful, you just want a partner who cares enough to know you better. You're not being ungrateful. If you want a healthy relationship, you need to talk to him about how you're feeling. I'm referring to this gift situation, but also how he throws money around when he wants to but uses finances as an excuse to not get engaged. You're so worried about looking like an asshole for bringing this up when he obviously wasn't. Worried about how his gift giving would come across. Why waste so much time considering his feelings when he clearly doesn't consider yours at all? He does things like this because you quietly accept it. He will continue to be this way until he has a reason to change. You've given him no reason to. Actually, the exact opposite. You're asking strangers how to tiptoe around a man-child. I have no advice for that because I do not do it. At first I was like, oh cool. I want to see myself as an action figure. But then yours isn't even you alone. It's combined. And his is alone? So this gift is for him. Then, I don't blame you at all. See, I'm a knitter. And I have once knit my boyfriend a hand-knit sweater. Believe me, it took a long time. And he has not worn it once. Not even to try it on. It's a worsted weight sweater and he told me he thought it looked hot and scratchy. He has ADHD and sensory issues. I didn't choose scratchy yarn, I chose the softest I could find. But it doesn't matter. I was hoping he would like his gift. But really, he doesn't have to. So yeah, I feel like you are allowed to not like your gift. It was more for him than for you. Should you guys break up, he'll take that girl to that place for her birthday and do the same thing. It's appalling, really. I would sit him down and just tell him that the gift wasn't very thoughtful. If you want to keep the boyfriend or not, it's fine. But do tell him the gift just wasn't thoughtful. IDK if you guys are financially compatible, seeing he spends so much money on a hobby. That's also for you to figure out. He got himself a gift for your birthday. I don't believe he really knows what you like or don't like or even into. To be honest, I don't believe he's that much into what interests you at all. As for proposing, thank your lucky stars, he hasn't, because you two seem to be on two different levels. You need this upcoming trip to clear your head and actually look at your relationship clearly too. See where this is going in 5 or 10 years. If he can think buying something that interests him for your birthday excites you, then he'll miss a whole lot more things that are important to you. I don't know, maybe like the actual wedding ceremony, or maybe he might be playing video games on your honeymoon and ignore you. Ya never know with a guy that misses the mark as bad as he did with your birthday. You really want to marry this guy? Time to watch the Simpsons episode, where Homer gave Marge a bowling ball. Why should you be grateful for a gift that was obviously for him? He didn't consider you at all. Yeah, this sucks. I had this with an ex-partner. He would buy me gifts that he wanted or he liked and then get really pissy when I wasn't blown away and falling at his feet in gratitude. I was never rude. I was always polite, but sometimes very confused as to why he had bought me X until it became clear that he really liked it. Albums by artists that he liked, and I didn't. Toys that he liked, and I had no interest in. I'm sure you get the drill. And the thoughtful gifts I bought him were just expected as the norm but never reciprocated. You aren't ungrateful. He is thoughtless. You're not being ungrateful. This reminds me of the time my first boyfriend took me to go and get the fishing rod I wanted. I had decided to spend time in his hobby so we could spend quality time together. My dad is a fisherman, so I had some knowledge there. Never was a hobby of mine, but I wanted to show interest. Anywho, I saw a fishing rod I wanted. Wasn't too expensive as it was second hand. But I didn't have the money for it yet. Told him I would save for it. One day he takes me there and buys it for me as a gift. Only to decide as soon as we went fishing that actually it's better than his, so he is going to keep it. That is basically what yours bloke did. Made the entire thing about him. Made your birthday about him. What he wanted. And then he bought you a birthday present for himself. Does that sound obnoxious? That's because it is. Tell him you're hurt that he decided to make your birthday all about him and for his next birthday. You'll be doing what you would a HVE wanted to do on yours, and then you'll buy yourself a birthday present with the money you saved for his birthday. If he can't understand why this is an issue, walk away. Because I can tell you from experience, it does not get better. This would have been a great gift idea if it was his birthday. Who buys themselves a gift for their partner's birthday? You need to communicate that his gift idea was not appropriate for you. It was his interest and not yours, and he should be more mindful in the future. You should tell him that you are disappointed in the gift, because it is really for him, not you, since you don't like action figures. See how he reacts, and take it from there. For his next birthday, please just give it to him. Maybe he will wake up and get your hint. No, I don't think you're ungrateful. A gift is supposed to be something for the person it's being given to, not something the giver wants. This reminds me of my last awful boyfriend. His birthday was 3 weeks ahead of mine. He really loved mango, and while I like most fruits, I'm not the biggest fan. I knew of a bakery near my work that made really good cakes and saw they had a mango one on their menu. So I got that for his birthday. I had a tiny piece on the day, but him and his friends ate the rest. He probably had half the cake himself. 3 weeks go by, and what kind of cake does he get me? Yup. You guessed it. You've been together 6 years. If you can't say anything now, the resentment will build and it'll blow up later. If by some miracle you two stay together. But I wouldn't recommend that based on his previous behavior. I would just buy myself the gift on his birthday. Book restaurant you like, or couple massage, or custom made, or just really pricey bedding. Coffee maker. Whatever, what can be passed as his gift, but in reality it's what you want. Sometimes acts tell way more than words. Don't tiptoe around him. He is 22 and it's time to grow up. It's up to you if you want to be there to do it, or you leave and let someone else to do hard work. You already know this gift was for him, not you. Is he always this selfish and inconsiderate? The fact that he was willing to drop that kind of money on a toy for himself but makes excuses about the expense of buying a ring tells you everything you need to know about his priorities and intentions. Make your decisions about your own future accordingly. Yeah, while those places are super neat, if it's not your thing, then it wasn't a very thoughtful gift. Maybe better for just a fun thing to on a date, or just one part of the surprise. Since he's such a baller.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.